Autism Action. But first, a break and a weather forecast. You're very welcome back to the programme. Now, Irish Autism Action is launching a national anti-bullying campaign, and it's aimed at all children, not just children with autism. It works by showing children various scenarios of bullying. I'm joined now by Kevin Whelan from Irish Autism Action. Kevin, thank you for coming in to us this morning.
Thanks very much, Keelan.
Before we talk about it, let's take a quick look at a clip of what you're sending out to schools.
Hey kid, what's the matter?
I'm never picked to play, and Tom, the boy who picks teams, always leaves me out on purpose. He pushed me in front of everyone and they all laughed. He's a bully.
Hey, listen to me.
It's Chase, Skulls, Duffy. You guys are legends.
Kid, don't be sad. Just talk to us about your problems, and together we'll help put things right. That aside, how'd you like to play on our team?
For real?
You bet. Nobody gets left out of our team. Come on.
So, Kevin, that is, well, obviously it's only one scenario.
Absolutely.
Just tell me exactly what is the campaign? What are you sending out to schools?
Well, what we want to do is encourage schools to join our campaign to raise awareness around the issues around bullying, not just in relation to all children with autism, but for all children, and then to equip children with the skills to deal with the bullying issues.
And you're doing that all through these films?
Yeah, and there's the online support, and it's a whole software package. And the great thing about it is that it doesn't cost the schools any money at all. All we want is people to bring in their old phones.
And what are you going to do with them?
We're going to recycle those phones, and what we do then is we supply iPads to schools all over Ireland. We ran a previous campaign where we gave over €800,000 worth of iPads out to families with children with autism to use them as assistive communication technology. So this is ramping up the campaign now to a national level for all schools and spreading it out beyond the immediate autism community.
And Kevin, I mean, I suppose for children who are on the autism spectrum going to mainstream education, they would be particularly vulnerable, if you like, to bullying, would they? Is that what research would tell you?
Yeah, certainly, you know, they would be susceptible, probably more susceptible to being targeted.
Singled out.
Yeah, and what we're trying to do is, in this campaign, help those children cope and give them coping skills, but also create awareness amongst other children. Do you know what? Just because you're different doesn't mean you're less.
Yeah, and I suppose that's the thing, is to kind of actually show people that scenarios they may take as being fairly normal or a bit of harmless slagging, they are actually bullying.
And it's amazing when people sit back and watch, say, that cartoon or the other ones that we have, they suddenly realise, oh, do you know what, I've been involved in things like that. Now, when I see it and it's presented to me, I realise, do you know what, maybe I need to change the sort of things I do, you know?
Yeah, and I suppose then you get discussions going in classrooms and all the rest.
Yeah.
So it's going out into mainstream schools across the country. Is bullying also an issue in special schools?
Yeah, bullying is an issue everywhere. You know,
That's true, in the workplace, everywhere.
Workplace, special schools, mainstream schools, it happens everywhere. And the thing about it is that it's like every issue. Once you generate awareness and you get people talking about it, that's what starts to create change. And until such time as we have that awareness and that discussion, people aren't motivated to change.
And so far, I presume, you know, if children have seen it, what kind of reaction are you getting to it?
Well, we're getting a really positive reaction because obviously, you know, Keith Duffy is patron of Irish Autism Action and he's quite popular.
Especially with the target group, you would think, and you've got the famous footballer too.
And then Paul Scholes is a great friend to the charity, and Paul Scholes is very supportive of this campaign as well. So, you know, having people like that involved kind of draws the children into the animation, and then obviously the learning messages then come through.
And Kevin, on a wider scale, I mean, obviously this is targeting one specific issue, which is bullying for all children, and particularly children with autism, but with the recession, are the services getting out there to children with autism? Have they been very profoundly cut back?
Yeah, it's become increasingly difficult. Any family that has a child or a young adult with autism, more often than not, one or other of the carers has to give up work. And with all the cutbacks and with the reductions in welfare allowances and so on, you know, the pressure and the anxiety living with autism is now compounded by the whole financial worries. And what we try and do is we try and serve as many people as we can. We're not a state-funded agency. We depend on the goodwill of the Irish people and the corporate sector and philanthropists in Ireland. And
to plug some of the gaps.
Yeah, and that's what we do, plug some of the gaps. We'd love to do a lot more, and you know, we're so disappointed that we can't help more people. But you know what, if the government wants to give us money, we'll certainly make the difference for people.
Kevin, listen, thank you very much indeed for coming in this morning,
Kayla.
and good luck with the campaign. Well, it's time for the business news now, and Conor Brophy is here. Conor.
Thanks, Keelan. Google's explanation